And we are live. Yes, sir. Let's see if I can get chat up. Mute that. What you say, Nate? Going on the panel with us, brother?
Hey, Nate.
Pop out chat.
I see Matt. Gee.
Hey, Goth Queen. What's going on, girl? I ain't seen you in a long time. Hey, Matt. Nothing much. Just doing our usual live hangouts on Thursday nights.
Heck yeah, we're here.
Goth Dragon, that's a friend of mine I used to play World of Warcraft with all the time.
We got her.
Oh, I see you playing that game still. Matt, I hope that problem you was talking about in Hangouts fixes your oil leak. I'm hoping that was it. Hoping it was just that one little bolt.
We got a thumbs up, so I'm guessing it probably has helped.
Yep. Well, speaking of which, I need to give myself a thumbs up on the live chat. Oh, man, what a day. Well, speaking of which, I need to give myself a thumbs up on the live chat. Riding around in that beast of a car or truck or whatever you want to call it. Oh, Lordy. Hey, Peeper.
Hello.
Hey, Harold.
People. Hello, Harold. Well,
How's it going, Harold?
we kind of talk about whatever Jay wants to talk about. It's his show.
Oh. Well, I got the brakes and all that finished up on the fat cycle finally, and I dropped that video the other day.
Yep.
All I got to do is come back and tighten up a few nuts on there to hold the brackets. I got some Teflon nuts to run up to where I get the tension set just where I want it and stop that Teflon nut so they ain't got to worry about backing off. I got to build the ramp to put the bike in the back of the truck for when I go down to Nate's. But I think I'm going to do a video when I build it. Because that's going to be that's going to be wild because it's going to have a piece that mounts into the bed of my truck. And it's going to, when it pivots to lay across when the tailgate's down, the ramp's going to be on the ground and positioned at an angle. I'm going to roll the bike up on it, and it's going to have a spot where the back tire sinks down into the ramp just a little bit, and the front tire sits down in a piece. And it's going to have two pieces come off the sides to hold where the front pegs are at. And then it's going to have a handle on the side of that. Once I strap it down, I grab the handle, lift up on it, and it's going to pivot up and over. And once it sets in the back of the truck, it's going to be sitting at an angle and cam into a thing on the back to hold the back down, close the tailgate, and the bike sitting up at an angle in the back of the truck from the tailgate up over the toolbox a little bit, up that way in the back of the truck so I can haul it easier. But I'm going to it's going to be kind of an off-shaped triangular piece that pivots in the back of the truck. So it holds the front of it up while it's sitting in the truck. And then as it pivots back, it lets it sit down to unload it with. What am I missing in chat? Oh, yeah, we pretty much, Goth, that's pretty much we do, just talk with everybody, hang out, see what everybody's up to, what everybody's doing. Sometimes I go outside and do live videos outside while I'm building stuff. But I think that ramp system's going to be pretty cool when I build it.
I think that Nate wants to know about your building progress.
I got the dirt work and all busted up and ready. I got to go by and buy the materials to do the framework for the form, and I'll probably hopefully try to start on that Saturday, building the form and all, and get it all leveled out and all, and get the inside leveled and ready, and hopefully try to get it poured the first of this coming up week if I can get the form built and get everything leveled and all. That leveling it out and get everything ready for the pour is going to take the longest of anything.
Are you going to get a compactor and compact it down, or is it pretty solid underneath?
Oh, it's pretty daggum solid. We was having trouble busting up the grass and stuff like that with that big old John Deere 5300 with the daggum box blade on the back of it. That junk is packed tight.
Nice.
What's going on, Sam?
Hey, Sandy.
I'm doing all right.
Good to see you, brother.
But
hey, Sam.
What's going to take me the longest is once I get the form in there, get it positioned, get it leveled, in all directions. Then I got to start working on digging it out and getting it the depth I need it, and then cutting down on the sides for the drop downs on the sides for the form. What'd you say, Hillbilly? But that's going to be the longest, is having to dig all of it out and get it all straight leveled.
Hey, Billy, how you doing? That's going to be nice once you get the process started up.
Yeah.
Once the concrete's in, then you're going to be off to the races.
Yeah. What I'm thinking about doing, since I'm getting a 24-foot 2x6 to screed it with and all, so we can walk it back and forth and level it, the concrete once it's poured. I'm thinking about taking that board and taking some more 2x4s and put underneath it and scab little pieces screwed to the sides of it and set it where it's 4 inches deep. So I can just slide that 2x6 on the framework and all, and just slide it with them 2x4s down, and I can get the whole inside at 4 inches deep level. Just slowly move it and knock out the high points, fill in the low spots, pack it, put some more in, and just keep working it and get it true level all the way through. I think that's going to be my best bet. But yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of work when it comes to doing that.
There's no two identical ways to skin a cat, that's for sure.
Oh man,
you got the ground already pretty solid.
Oh God,
you hardly do much anything else other than just build right off the flat pad.
But to get it leveled and flat is what's gonna be.
Yeah,
a bunch of back breaking work with a daggum Chinese excavator. But at least one thing, I already got the way the ground is, there's already a point that's kind of a little bit lower than the rest. I'm going to level it off of that point and then work the high stuff completely out. Because it had just a little bit of a hump in the middle. I think that'll be the easiest, just to build around that hump and dig that hump out.
Yeah. Definitely going to be nice when you get the concrete down and the walls put up and the roof on it. That's definitely going to be a game changer for you.
Oh yeah, I'll be able to lock up my tools finally, and I ain't got to worry about them walking off no more.
Well, we still got cops over here half a block away on that car.
That must have been something bad.
They took a girl into custody.
Uh-oh.
And they were putting stuff in the back seat of one of the other squad cars. But
yeah, that's not good.
4 or 5 squad cars down there around that car.
Nope, that's never no good.
and it's not a car recognized from the neighborhood. So
I was out.
Pretty good lookout over the neighborhood to make sure that there ain't any kind of funny things going on.
Yeah. Sam, if it's burning up belts that bad, you don't have that thing geared right. For it's putting too much stress on that belt. It's what it sounds like. And when you look down on that converter, make sure the back of that front pulley and that back of the back pulley line up identical. If they're offset just a little bit, that'll cause you to burn up belts too. They sent a washer in there. Some motors, the way they set up, you have to washer that one pulley to get it to line up with the other one. Hey, Breezy, what's going on?
Howdy, Breezy. How you doing, brother? I understand that feeling, hillbilly. You know, life does get busy once in a while.
Oh, yeah. Like I always say, real life's more important than YouTube.
I tried to do real life. I tried to do real life today, but my Wi-Fi wasn't cooperating.
Yeah, I know. I was sitting there at the car dealership with my mom, sitting in my truck with the air conditioner going. I'm like, okay, it says he's going live. Typed to you a few times, and I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, well, is this thing going to connect or what? It's like, oh. After about 30 minutes, I'm like, well, I guess his internet connection is pretty rough.
Did you get your brake job done, Ed?
Oh yeah. It only took about 45 minutes, but there's two Wi-Fi connections in my shop, and the one, for some reason, my username and password does not work on it, and that's the main one. The other one, they throttled down all the data and stuff that you can use on it. So that's the one I was trying to use, and I got to get a hold of IT and get that fixed.
Yeah.
Hey, Nate.
What's up, Tater?
Hey, Horse and Shop. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Horse.
Can I not turn my... Okay, never mind.
There's the Tater.
In the flesh.
There's a tractor. Yay!
There's that Sears.
Y'all can look at that. It's much better looking than me.
Oh, no. It's a 50-50 deal, Nate. We like to see it.
Nate, you still need me to bring down some of that 1x2 square tube and then some of that 1x1 I got?
I would love some of it, man.
All right.
You don't have to bring a lot. Just bring a couple pieces. Hey,
Well,
man.
I won't get out there and cut up them frames and all probably tomorrow. Then I'll bring you a bunch of them.
It sounds like you got a bunch of work to do in a little bit of time.
Them frames won't take me long to cut up.
You got to build that damn ramp too, you said?
That ramp will take me all of one afternoon to build. But I got to cut up the pallet frames to get the material to build the ramp with.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Sam, get you a Sharpie and mark one tooth and count all the teeth on that sprocket and then measure the diameter. You should be able to identify what it is.
Breezy. What do you say, Ed? What do you say, Matt?
I'm glad you're feeling better, Peeper. We were kind of worried about you.
But if you're running a 14 tooth on the drive and a 54 on the axle, that thing's high geared from. That might be why it's burning the belts up. It's a little too high geared. Maybe on the converter, drop that 14 tooth down to a 10 tooth and try it and see what happens.
Look at these storms, guys.
Hey, that looks like how it looks outside here. I'm getting ready to dump some bad weather. What you say, Harry?
Oh, gotta drive.
Be careful, Matt.
We need rain bad.
I'm glad you're feeling better, Peeper.
Hey, Harry, how you doing, brother?
Glad you got over that cold.
Well, we're supposed to get an inch of rain between now and midnight Friday.
Sam, if you pulled a muscle in your back, you need to slow down some and not overdo it. Now I got to answer a phone call. Y'all keep talking. I'll be right back.
We don't got time for phone calls. I need a bolt.
Have a good day, Nate. Did you catch any gators?
No gators. I need a
No
bolt.
gators.
No gators.
Got a wheel. Arrow. Let's see one on the deck.
Looking for some bolts.
You put some bushings on those and put them on the deck.
Go through the bolt stash.
Oh, we need a bigger
got it.
bolt bin.
If you got a shorter bolt, Nate, that would be the
I'm
best.
Sorry about that. Had to answer that call.
Welcome back, Jay.
Thank you.
Holy.
Hey, Power Band.
Howdy, Power Band Garage. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Nate.
Huh.
I think I got some of them pins that slides through, holds those wheels, and it takes, you put the washer on there and then the cotter key through to hold it on there. I got two or either four of them pins out there under the carport I can bring with me when I come down.
Well, I gotta go look and see. I might have some on one of the other decks I got.
Well, I tore a 42-inch deck apart and pulled all kinds of pins and all off of it. I got a bunch of them different size pins.
Yeah, that's what
I'll bring with me. I'll bring with me when I come down.
I hopefully have them on by then.
Well, if you don't, I'll have extra stuff for you to work with.
Bring everything you got. You got a camper?
If he brings everything, you might as well just stay.
I know, right?
Hey, old car auto guy.
I'll rent you a room out, Jay.
Hey, Jason.
You
How
don't
you doing,
know. You
brother?
don't know how tempted I am to take that right now.
Hey, Nate, don't you have an empty lot right next door? If he just gets
I
a
do.
camper and just pulls it in.
Yeah.
I do. Yep.
He could just squat there for a while.
Did you get you a new one there, Goth?
No, golf cart's not done yet, Sam. I'm gonna work on it this weekend.
Probably work on it when I get down there next weekend.
Well, I'm hoping so because I need help.
I want to see a race between the fat cycle and the golf cart.
No, that golf cart ain't gonna be fast. It's a stock motor. We'll put that in
No,
there. Maybe.
I still want to get a race against the Fat Cycle and Trevor's.
Oh, the 420 golf cart?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a race. My golf cart, not so much. Once I put that in there.
I'd make that golf cart move.
It might be down the road one day.
Nate, what I said the other night on your live stream, I don't know if you went back and watched it and read through the chat and all. I told you to save that motor right there that you got on the screen, that V-twin.
Uh-huh.
So when the motor lets go on the golf cart that you're building, if it ever lets go, put that V-twin on there.
Oh, yeah. Backup motor.
Mm-hmm. I want to look at the way that header's done.
I like it.
And I think I'm going to try to build one similar to it because the way I'm going to do mine on the Franken buggy, I want to build them two pipes to run up together, and I'm going to take one of the stock mufflers off of that VTX 1300 I had because it had duals on it. I'm going to take that one. I want to take that one muffler and cap off the equalizer tube that went between the two mufflers. Cut that off and weld it smooth. Cap it off, and run both headers off of that 14 horse. Keep them equal length to where they run into that one muffler.
That'd be cool. I bet you it'd sound good too.
Oh yeah. We took that one muffler, slid it over the exhaust pipe on the fat cycle, and it sounded pretty daggum good.
Huh.
But it's just that muffler so that big, it'd be way too big for the fat cycle.
Hey, Jay, that's a stock header on that motor. I've seen them before. If you go on to purchasetree.com and look up that motor, they should have a whole bunch of different listings for those pipes.
Yeah.
If you get a part number, then you can go on Amazon or eBay or whatever and find one cheap.
Well, one thing I'm gonna have to do though, Puller, is I'm gonna pull them metal sleeves out the heads that they use to choke the motor down.
Mm-hmm.
And when I do that, I'm gonna have to make new header flanges for the bigger pipes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to run bigger pipes on there for the flow. We're going with that 18 horse carb.
Yeah,
True. I forgot about that.
You can buy that head gasket / exhaust manifold or header gasket and make your own gaskets for those, Jay.
Yeah. Well, the gasket won't be no problem. I just got to build the metal flanges that's going to be opened up big enough for when I pull them metal sleeves out the exhaust. Because that's how they choke them motors down, was them metal sleeves they put pressed in there.
Tell you what, I got some of those bigger unibits from Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
Those are some metal eating fools.
Well, from what I've been told, you can actually grab onto it with like vice grips and all, 2 pair of vice grips, and twist them and keep twisting and pulling against it, and they'll walk out of the head, is what I've been told.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can actually take your that cutoff tool you got and cut a notch in it, and then just twist it in. You know, grab a pair of channel locks or a pair of vice
and corkscrew it till it tightens itself up and just falls out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Or I wonder how it would work to
You can take a punch too, and if there's enough of a flange sticking out of the head, you can take a punch and cave it in and clamp it together, you know, and loosen it up that way.
wonder how it would work to use like a steering wheel puller or whatever, you know, or build something kind of like a steering wheel puller to slide over it, and then the bolt on the center, instead of it pushing against it, have it where it has a little hook on the end of it, and weld a piece of bar or something across it and hook to it and spin it and just, you know, draw it out.
Well, what I've used on that kind of stuff, Jay, is what they call a blind bearing puller.
Yeah.
And it goes inside. It goes inside and expands. It's got little teeth
And
on the inside.
Hooks on the inside and pulls it.
And you can use mine. Actually, has a little slide hammer. It's like a 2-pound slide hammer.
Yeah.
You can just tap them suckers tap stuff like that right out.
Well, I need to get one of them bearing pullers anyway for some of the stuff I work with. So, how much does one of those cost?
Shout out to Craig.
I bought mine at an auction, so I don't know. Years back, I went to a small engine shop that was going out of business, and I bought the valve seat cutters and the valve face cutters, the new way ones.
Yeah.
The blind bearing puller and a bunch of other tools. Everything was in a big box. I gave $50 for the box.
Dadgum, you got a bunch of stuff for cheap.
The valve cutting tools alone were $400 new. You know?
I got something out there in the building you'd probably love, Puller.
What's that?
Industrial grade machine shop 4-blade hone with the dial indicator built onto the end of it with the attachment it hooks into the milling machine.
Nice.
Give to me.
Nice.
With all the different attachment stones. My buddy was like, I'm cleaning out my shop. He says, I'm not ever going to use this again. You want it? I was like, what is it? It's just a box. And I was like, what is it? And he had the thing on top of him. Like, what the heck is that? He said, open it up and look at it. And I flipped the lever and opened it up, and I looked at it, seen that hole, and seen it had the micrometer thing built on the end of it so you could actually bore blocks and all with it or fine hone it to a certain spec. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, most definitely.
I don't even know how much them things cost, but the one that he gave me, that sucker is nice.
Tell you the stones are about $300 a set to get a good set of stones to go on one of those.
And it's got
if it's the 4-stone hone,
yeah,
honing stones are expensive.
and it's got a set of them where it's got 2 holes that goes on opposite sides, and then the other 2 it's 90 degrees of it is not stones. It's actually like some kind of buffing thing that you put oil on. So as it does it, it wipes it, keeps the cylinder oiled and all while you're honing.
They got a name for them, but they're basically like a squeegee.
Well, it's not. It don't actually wipe it out. It's almost like cotton batting type stuff, but it's got a cover on it. And he says
it's a wiper.
You just fill it with oil and all, and as it goes, it keeps the grinding dust out and adds oil back to it while you're working.
It also helps with controlling the temperature.
Yeah, but I think I'm thinking 4 different sets of stones, 2 different sets of wipers, the attachment to hook into the milling machine or whatever you want to power it with to spin it, and something else. I can't remember what the other one was. There's another attachment that went to it, but I got it sitting out there in our storage shed, and I ain't even messed with it in probably 6 or 7 years or better. Just all stacked up right there for when I get the shop built. I can put it in my shop to work, use it if I need it. But it goes down. I think the smallest it goes down to is I think just under 3 inches.
I was going to say it's about the smallest bore you're going to find on most engines.
Yeah, because it's for engine. It's for doing engines and all.
Car
V8,
engines.
yeah, V8 car engines and stuff. But I was like, man, that'll come in handy. Especially if I try to do the deal that a buddy of mine done. He took a 440 Mopar motor, cut the front 2 cylinders off of it, built a custom back plate to it with the big cam and all that stuff. Had the water pump hooked to it and all, had everything hooked up, and put it on a pull tractor. When he fires that thing up, oh man, that sucker is mean. What's up? What's up, Nachos?
There was a company out there years back that was taking V8 Chevys and cutting the center 2 cylinders out of them and making them V4s for small, whatever engines.
Mm-hmm.
But they would actually make the front and back half together, so you could still use the Chevy transmission, water pump, all that stuff. They were making the cams and the cranks for them,
Mm-hmm.
but everything else was off the shelf, small block Chevy parts.
Huh.
They made everything. They started out with like a 283 and went clear up to a small block 400.
Dang.
Yeah, they were nice little engines.
I didn't tell you what I found on Craigslist the other day, did I, Puller?
Mm-mm.
I showed Craig, and I think I showed Captain Jerk. It's Wisconsin V4.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. They don't have a listing for the price, and they've been trying to sell it. It's been on there for almost a month now. I thought about shooting them an email and find out what they take for it.
Yeah.
But it's the one that's got the distributor that goes in on an angle by the front.
Yeah.
What you say, Matt?
Hey, Matt.
Hey, brother.
Oil leaks fixed.
Oil leaks fixed. Cool beans.
Yeah,
That's a good
it's good to
deal.
go.
How'd your project go Tuesday night with welding up the holes in the El Camino?
Huh?
Did you get all your holes sealed up?
Huh. Not good.
Uh-oh.
I gotta take the entire seams, the old seam sealant out of the bed, all the way around the back. That's not what the problem was. I gotta pull every seam seal out, take all the old stuff out, clean that whole back section up, and then redo seam seal it all the way around through it.
Ooh, that's a job.
Because the bottom seam and up the sides is pouring water through it. Like right now, it's probably pouring in the back floorboard, and there's nothing I can do about it because it's raining.
Does that car have in the floorboard under the back part of the seats the rubber plugs that you can pull out to drain water out if it gets in there?
I wouldn't even worry about that. It's got so much rust back there that it just drains itself. That's the problem. I want to fix it, but I can't because it's still leaking.
Yeah.
One leak at a time, boys. One leak at a time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuel pump's fixed. Fuel pump's fixed too.
What was
Good
it?
deal.
What causing it?
And that's all it was. Yesterday. So there. Finally starting to make some progress.
Dadgum, Sam. You might need to put some duct tape on your friend's mouth when you're trying to record.
Had to get that editing program that you got, Jay.
Yep.
Is what Sam's gonna have to do it in bit clip some of that language out of the videos.
Yeah. Or do because that software that I got that Nate told me about and I got, it's got a thing on there when you're going through the video, when you get to where bad languages is, you can adjust the volume down to where you can't hear it and then put the volume back up after it goes by.
I think you ought to just get a sound bite of the Roadrunner and just plug that in where the bad language is.
That would work.
Mimi.
Or maybe do little snippets of some kind of music.
I think Nate's pointing at his mower deck.
Do the rubber ducky.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
You know, like when I get text messages and my phone goes nuts.
What is it, Nate?
What happened?
I said, what is it? You just trying to adjust them or they don't fit right?
No, they fit perfect. They're good.
Heck yeah.
I was just putting some grease on them and looping it.
Mm.
My deck is ready for action.
Your deck's so big it has wheels.
It's the only way I can keep it off the ground.
Oh boy.
Here we go again.
You see that loop he's using, don't you? To get the big V on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cross your fingers, guys. By this time,
I went to Harbor Freight today. I forgot the tools I got in my work truck. I got a caliber.
Cool.
I think it's $14. And then I got a one of those long blow off things so you can like blow stuff off in the future.
Blow gun. Air gun.
Yeah, I blow my deck off.
Heck yeah. So what were you saying, Puller?
Okay, hopefully by this time tomorrow night, I should have all the parts for the front of my new truck.
Cool.
Wheel hubs come in today. The upper and lower ball joints and inner and outer tie rods are coming tomorrow. So,
Heck yeah.
now I just got to get time to get them put in.
That truck you got, is it a 4-wheel drive?
Yeah, it's 4-wheel drive.
Then you won't have to play dodge ball joints.
Yeah. The ball joints aren't a bad job. I just hate doing them.
We lost Matt. Come back, Matt.
Yep.
Come back.
I mean, I got all the
You clamp ball joint presses, Ed?
yeah, I got the big ball joint presses and all that kind of stuff to do them. But like I said, I think they're original to the truck, and that's a 01, so they'll probably be a bear to get out. And I
4.8 or
contemplated
5.3?
5.3.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're good motors. My buddy's got the exact same truck, just a year older. He's got over 200,000 miles on his.
5.3's always had little ticky issues, though.
Yeah, but they're easily overcame.
I like
Hey,
my
Mick, how you
4.8. What you say, Mick?
Hey, Mick.
We making it day by day. I like my little 4.8 and I got a 01 regular cab Silverado 2-wheel drive. That 4.8's been a good motor.
Yeah, but I got access to a 6-liter if this motor ever goes bad. So we'll drop that sucker down in there. It's an LS motor, so a little bit of changing, but we'll get her.
To drop that 6-liter in there, all you got to do is change the computer and a different style motor mount. I think it is. I think it mounts just a little bit different.
Yeah, they do.
Mixed motor.
The computer and everything's sitting right there with the engine, so.
Somebody tried to get me to buy a 6.2 liter motor from them a while back, and I'm like, the price is pretty good, but I know what you've done to that motor, and I know how hard you've run that motor. Nope, I don't want it.
This is out of a 1-ton van. My buddy bought it. He bought the whole van. It was rented and totaled. I mean, it was messed up bad. It was the back doors were pushed almost all the way up to the axle. That's how hard it was hit.
Wow.
But it didn't mess with anything in the drive line. It didn't break the transmission, nothing on it. And he bought it specifically because it was an LS motor.
Yeah.
He gave $500 for it.
We
Wow.
got Jimmy.
For the whole van.
Jimmy, how you doing, brother?
What's going on, Jimmy C?
Hey, Jimmy.
You got the transmission and everything?
Yeah, he's got the transmission and everything for it, but I don't know if that transfer case will bolt up to that transmission or not.
Because it's a 2-wheel drive van.
Right.
You will, but
Gotcha.
you're going to have to tear the transmission down and swap your output
Yeah.
shaft.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
that's
case
what I
is
was
gonna be
thinking. But
identical. The output shaft is going to be what's going to be different, but you can take the tail section off of the transmission in the van, take both transmissions apart and swap the tail shafts across. And while you're in there, you might as well put a kit in it. Just put a transmission, rebuild the transmission. They're pretty simple to do.
But if he's got to do all that, might as well just drop the motor in and bolt it up to the transmission that's already in the truck.
Right.
But
well, if he's going to go through all that trouble,
if I'm going to, the transmission will come out with it.
If it's a stock motor, it should that transmission will handle that 6.0 just as easy as that 5.3.
Right, but I mean, it's got 100 and almost
that 6.0 would have a 4L80E.
I'd have to check and see, double check.
That would be a beefier transmission.
Right.
All right, Goff, have a good one.
Good, Doc. Nice to meet you.
See you, Goth.
But
Yeah, but that's down the road.
one,
If the truck lasts long enough, he's actually looking for a square body Chevy, older Chevy, mid 80s.
mm-hmm.
He wants to drop that motor and transmission down into. But he told me if I need it for anything, it's there. Just give him the $500 he's got in the van and stuff, and it's mine. So,
one question: is that the 4-wheel drive HD 01, or is it just a standard 4-wheel drive Chevrolet?
it's the Z71.
Yeah, it's not the HD.
That's not the HD. If it was the HD, it already had the 4L80 in it. But if it's
Right,
just the regular one, it's got the 4L60.
The HD would have the 3/4 ton suspension in it too.
It would have the heavier duty axles and springs and stuff in it.
Well, now they made an HD half ton that year too, because it does have the rear springs and the heavy springs and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not listed. It's not listed as the HD model.
And it might it might have a 4L80 in it then.
That's why I said I got to run the VIN number on it and see what it comes up with. But it is the Z71 package, which is the higher stance and bigger tires.
Mm-hmm.
You could have a 4L65E in it too, which would have instead of having a 4-gear sprag, you'd have a 5-gear sprag.
Yeah.
You guys know that some Chevy trucks, the front wheels actually stick out further than the back wheels?
Yep.
Most all the square bodies are that way.
Everything up till the late 80s was that way.
Yep. And if I'm not mistaken, some of the old Fords, the rear axle was actually offset on the truck just a little bit. Where
Opinions are offset.
no, I'm talking about the whole rear end shifted over just a little bit where the tires don't line up with the front tires. I'm trying to remember what year model it was, but the whole rear end was shifted over to where it wouldn't exactly line up with the front ones.
Hello, Hot Rod. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, Hot Rod?
I followed an old truck down the road like that one day, but it wasn't purposely offset.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing. I see that every once in a while.
A buddy of mine had a mid-60s model Ford, and he kept saying, man, this thing ain't lining up right. We got under there and kept looking and checking everything. The leaf, everything mounted up like it's supposed to be, but the rear axle and all was offset almost an inch difference to where the front's at.
Didn't Chevy make a rear steer for a little bit, like the model of?
Yep, they made it for backing and all that to where you can turn tighter and stuff.
Is that truck still like around? I've never seen one in my life.
They made
around. GMC still has some that do that too.
I think those were mainly special order trucks and all that had a special package on it for doing that.
I got
but they had problems with those systems.
I was gonna say it didn't seem like it'd be very safe. That malfunctioned. You're going down the interstate.
Well, it's designed is supposed to be where it's locked out after you're going so fast. That was the original design. It only did the 4-wheel steer if you were at a slow speed. But it was to help with some of the longer trucks to be able to park easier.
And help back trailers and stuff and all, yeah. I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I did not like it. I seen one time and
I didn't think it was safe.
Going down the road and say a safety thing didn't hold right, and that rear thing, them tires start turning or whatever, you ain't gonna be able to control that daggone vehicle.
No. But you know how people are too, man. They'll run them trucks. You know, it don't like my buddy. His truck is so war slap out. It's an old Chevy like that.
Yeah.
Every light in the truck is on: the brake light, the check engine light, the temperature light, the check tire light. And he just and we'll be going down a dirt road with that like the washboard.
Yeah.
He's doing like 40, man, and the whole truck's like. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, oh, it's good, man. So can you imagine like my buddy owning that truck, you know, and then driving it the way he does?
Hey, Hot Rod, don't worry about taking over the chat, brother.
Do what you got to do, Hot Rod. But
Hot
yeah,
Rod's
that's
in the-
crazy. That is crazy.
Jimmy dropped a video the other day, a new intro video. It was pretty good. I don't know if everybody checked it out or not, but
I got to go catch up on my videos. I've been so daggone busy doing other stuff. I ain't been able to watch everybody's videos.
Yeah, I'm way behind on videos too.
Well, it's hard to watch all of them, you know? It's
Yeah.
impossible.
And me trying to get everything ready to pour that concrete slab and all, and try to get stuff around this house fixed. I've been so daggone busy and all. I don't know whether to wind my butt or scratch my watch.
it's that time of year. You got to be outdoors.
It's about that time for another weekend vacation.
Careful, that weekend might turn into a week.
I wouldn't mind that either.
I gotta work, man. I got to work.
I was just talking to my boss today about taking vacation. If I don't take it like in the next week or so, I can't take it till after the a week after Mother's Day.
All the graduation stuff.
Yep.
Weren't you just off for like 2 weeks, Ed?
Back at Christmas.
I thought you were off like a couple months, like a month or two ago for like 2 weeks. Might have been
No. No, I actually had about 4 or 5 weeks off at Christmas time.
That's nice. I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Well,
It wasn't. The Christmas break was okay, but the beginning part wasn't very, very enjoyable.
well, I'm pretty much on vacation 24/7. I just got to catch other people when they got time off to go visit.
Where's Douglas? Hey, Dougie. How you doing, brother?
What's say, Doug?
Well, if I remember correctly, I've got almost over 2 weeks left to take between the middle of May and the end of June.
Yeah, I just got through talking with a buddy of mine a couple of days ago. I ain't talked to in probably 6 months or better. And he said he's got so much vacation time built up that they told him if he didn't use part of it, he was going to lose it. I'm like, oh, don't lose it. I said, then you'd be giving money away.
Exactly. If I don't use mine by the end of June, I lose it. But July 1st, I get 4 more weeks. But I ain't giving them back anything.
Uh-uh.
I don't know,
That's
man. I love those old Toyota 4Runners, Nacho. Those things are awesome.
I'd like to find me a little 4-wheel drive extended cab for a woods truck.
I'll tell you, one of the best little 4-wheel drives I ever owned was a Chevy Love truck.
Yeah, but they didn't have them in an extended cab, if I remember right.
No, they didn't, but you could make one into an extended cab.
You
Yeah,
find a
probably.
4-wheel drive Love right now. Go find one. I'm guarantee it's 80 grand, probably.
No.
I haven't seen one of those I see one every once in a while, but
What I'd
I know
actually
whether-
like for a woods truck is a little Suzuki Samurai and drop me a little 2.9 V6 down in it.
Hey, Nate, I know where there's a Chevy Love truck sitting right now. It's got 105,000 miles on it. Runs, drives, not rusted out. Body's in mint condition. Sitting in a guy's garage.
for sale?
For the right price, yes.
That's the operative word, right price.
Is it 4-wheel drive?
Everything can go for the right price.
He said he would take 25,000 for it.
Is it 4-wheel drive?
Yep, and
Holy
lifted.
crap.
You
And-
about caused
and
me to
lift-
spit my drink out, Puller.
And lifted.
Wow.
And lifted?
And lifted.
What's he got? 35s on it?
30s or 32s. One
Oh,
of the
that
two.
ain't real. He ain't got real big tires on it, but
For that little truck, they're huge.
yeah.
But every nut, every bolt, everything in that thing has been taken out, cleaned, replaced if necessary. Everything. The engine has all brand new parts in it. Everything. I mean, you could eat off the engine.
Dang. My uncle had one of them little. It wasn't the Chevy Love. It was the Ford Courier.
Mm-hmm.
Little 4-speed, 4-cylinder truck.
Yep.
Man, he'd drive that truck everywhere.
I was gonna say
Well-
my 2-wheel drive 73. I've got 3950s underneath it, and they clear
Good Lord.
without any issues.
Well, this thing has a custom lift kit on it with the axle drops and all that kind of stuff. When he was redoing it, he had a Isuzu diesel, like it's a 4-cylinder diesel motor,
Yeah.
which the Chevy Loves came with, because they came in the citations too. He was going to put it in it, but he got some rebuild kit for the motor in that actually gave him more horsepower than the Isuzu diesel motor. So,
Oh, that
He
would have
went
been cool if it was the diesel, though.
yeah, but that thing sounds bad. It's got a cam in it, header. I mean, all kinds of stuff.
What size motor do they come in with?
The
This
Chevy
one has
Love
the
came with a 4-cylinder in them.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was an Isuzu 4-cylinder.
like a 2.3, I think.
Yeah, something like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I said, it's been bored. It's got a cam in it. You know, new carbs, all kinds of. It's actually got dual carbs on it.
Huh.
And I mean, the thing is cherry. I mean, you slide underneath of it, and it's perfectly clean. He takes it to car shows and stuff like that, and he actually drives it. He drives it, local car shows and stuff. But when it gets home, he gets underneath of it and pressure washes it and washes
Oh,
it
really?
and everything else to get all that grime and everything off. And
Make sure
It
there's
is-
no road salt and all that on there.
well, just the dust in the road, grime blowing up on it and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Gotta
he's got that.
Ask him if you can shoot a video, Ed.
Probably not, because I mean, if it was at a car show, I could probably get some pictures of it. But he lives about an hour and a half from me, so to get to a car show at his place.
Yeah.
But he's also got a Chevelle down there I'd love to have. It's a Chevelle SS, and it has the factory 454 in it, and
Ooh.
it's got factory lateral bars and all that on it. The thing will lift the front tires off the ground. It's a 4-speed Hurst or 4-speed Muncie transmission in it. But in first gear, you dump the clutch on it, and it will lift the front tires off the ground.
Damn.
Rock crusher.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, that thing is just it. Back in the day when he lived up this way, he would take that thing out and race it on the street, and it was one of the baddest cars around.
Oh, yeah. But heck, they had a huge carburetor on them 454s, though.
Yeah.
It was like 1050, wasn't it? CFM?
Holy.
Something like that. I mean, yeah, it looks like a big bucket sitting on there.
Yeah, and the front two jets is about like the regular back jets on most 4 barrels for small blocks.
I hope you got your wood screws because I'm going to blow your doors off.
Pretty much with that car.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Buddy of mine
nice
had
car.
A buddy of mine had a 69 with that 396 in it, and it was pretty stout.
My favorite motor is the 327.
I got one, Nate.
Do you really?
Yep. It's in a 69 Impala 4-door.
Oh, shit. You know what's funny is that was my first car.
Ooh.
That was my first car.
No way, dude.
I still have it. It's at my mom and dad's.
No shit. Mine was mint. The paint was kind of faded, but it was mint blue. 4-door.
Mine's blue.
Boat, man.
Mine's blue too.
No
Mine's
way,
blue
is
too.
it?
Yes.
Mine had air conditioning.
What'd you say,
everything.
Nick?
Mine had all the options.
Yeah.
Did yours have the rear window defogger?
I can't remember.
The little vent in the back hatch all it was just a fan that blew air up on the back window.
I tell you, I don't think I ever sat in the back seat of that car.
The coolest thing about that car that I loved about that car is when you put the windows down, there was no center post between the doors, and it was one big window.
Yep. I remember that. I could reach in through the window of mine and just turn the key and it start right up. I ain't even had to touch the gas.
Yep. Same with mine.
I ended up taking the motor out of that car and putting it in another C10 I had. It was a short bed step side, but it was 2-wheel drive, and I had like a 38 Super Swampers on the back and little like street tires on the front. And it had that one had the 3-speed in the column, but I didn't have second gear. I remember. And then I ended up just scrapping the car, and it was like freaking perfect, pretty much.
Well, that car was mint condition before I parked it, and I was the third owner on it.
My grandma used to have a 64 or 65 Impala 4-door, and it had a 327 in it. I always liked that car.
I've actually got the window sticker, the book, and everything for that car. It actually had the trailer towing package on it when it was bought with the factory air shocks, the heavy coil springs, and a tow hitch.
Dad gum.
My dad's got another really cool car in his yard right now. I'd like to drag down here. I don't know what it is, but it's like an old Buick with like tons of chrome on it. It's got to be like 50s.
Well, my car that I want someday, then when I make it rich and famous on YouTube, I want a 63 Impala convertible with the factory 427 in it.
Oh my lordy!
I love those cars.
I love any old Chevy. You can tell if somebody now if they give me a Chevy, I'd take it if it was like early 70s.
That's where I got my 73. The guy was going to haul it off for scrap, couldn't get it to start. And I went down there with the trailer and I drove it home. And they had the distributor all apart on it and couldn't get it to start because he couldn't get the firing order right on it. It took me about 20 minutes to get the darn thing started up. Fire on it and tear up all the tires, put a little gas in it, and drove it home.
Well, that's how I got my latest pickup. The guy was going to haul it to the scrapyard. He figured I needed another truck worse than he needed to take it to the scrapyard. So
that's how I got this.
I wish I could find one of them Sears like that. Lucky.
I know. I thank my neighbor every time I see him. Hey, I love my tractor. He thinks I'm crazy.
That tractor looks pretty awesome, pink.
He's over there riding around on his like brand new like Toro ride mower. I'm like, fool.
That'll last him about 3 years, and it'll be rusted out and blown up and everything.
I'll be turning it into a mud mower or something.
Hey, Puller.
Yeah.
Me and Craig and I was on here the other night talking and hanging out, and I was on Craigslist looking up stuff. I found a Cub Cadet 106 with a 3-speed rear transmission and all that. No motor on it, no seat on it, but everything else is there. They want $200-something for it.
Damn.
That's not a bad price.
That's worth it to the right person for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Around here, I mean, too many guys pull around here.
Yeah.
So them 3-speed, anything with a 3-speed transmission in it, they think they're gold. They want like $500-600 for them. if you look around enough, you can find them. And my next one, hopefully, will be a hydro. I want a hydrostat for mowing and stuff.
Yeah.
I got
But-
one. Just a little one.
Yeah, but
A little bitty
I
mower.
want an old Cub Cadet hydrostat. I have a Bullens at my daughter's house. I'm still debating whether I want to drag the thing home. I've got a Sears like Nate's, but it's got a single cylinder 18 horse Tecumseh on it, and that's what was on that Bullens. I think I might pull the motor off of it and put it on that Bullens, but I like that Sears too. So
Is that all original?
what, the Sears?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. I've been binge watching like all the Sears, and there's some crazy people out there, man. They love their damn tractors.
Well, the only thing that's bad on mine is the dash is cracked on it where somebody wrecked it. But up front where those two little hinges are at, and they're notorious for breaking
Yep.
off that fiberglass.
Yep.
That's where mine's broke off at.
Damn. Now,
But
does yours have the different dash than mine?
Mine's silver and black.
Somebody told me I got the good dash that don't
Yes.
like break.
Yes, you have the good one. Mine's all plastic and it's cracked, and people like bolted it back together and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I got it because it's free, and I mowed grass with it for a long time until my ex hit a old stump that was in the yard and actually pushed the front of the deck in. So now when you mow, the very front of that deck is lower than the rest, and it pushes the grass down, and it leaves a mohawk right there where it mows. If I got time, all I gotta do is flip it over, heat it up, straighten it out. But
Those decks are made good though, man. They're like solid.
oh yeah, and like you said, they're a piece of cake to get off. Those 4 pins and that thing drops right off.
Isn't that crazy? It's easier than any freaking mower I've ever dropped one on, I think.
Yep. And if you do it right, you put a couple blocks there, you can actually back up over that.
Really?
Yep. Put a couple blocks right there behind them wheels.
Yeah.
Like 2x4 or whatever. And you can back right up over top of that thing.
Is that how it's made to do or something?
I don't know if it's made to do it that way, but that's how I used to do mine instead of trying to drag it out from underneath by myself.
Right.
You know, I'd roll it forward as far as I could with the back tires against the deck, throw a couple chunks of 2x4 in there. That's just enough to get it to bounce up over that deck, and then just back right up over it. And same thing when I go to put it on, put the blocks behind it and drive right up over it and wiggle it back and forth to get it lined up.
So you're basically doing like what John Deere done with theirs, where they actually made it where you drive over it and grab a handle and it attaches itself.
Yep.
I've seen that. There's like a girl doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But those systems on them John Deeres are expensive.
I can only imagine.
Well, that you got to be dead lined up with that big deck to get it. You know, it's not just as easy as just driving up over it. It automatically hooks itself up like they're portraying it.
Yeah.
Well, there was a girl driving.
Yeah. I will tell you one thing, Nate, on that deck, that metal cover that covers those belts. Take that thing off periodically and clean that grass out of there. It will get packed full of grass mowing when you're mowing and stuff.
Right here.
Unless you do like my dad and them does, they take a like a leaf blower and they'll actually blow the top of it off, and then they'll have ramps they pull it up on and blow the underside of it off.
Yeah, but that one right there, I think if I remember correctly, the only openings are around the main pulley and then around the corners, and that grass will get up in there and get stuck up in there. Mine was packed full of it, and the guy said he cleaned it. The underside was beautiful, but when I took that off to replace the belts, that thing was packed with like years of old grass.
Yeah.
Do you Did you replace all the belts? Because I'm about to do that, and I'm worried.
Yes, I did.
I imagine it's going to be expensive and hard to find.
Actually, I got mine all through Napa because
Okay.
they can do the half size belts and stuff now.
Yeah.
But I actually left my cover off mine when I was mowing just because I didn't want it to get packed full of grass.
I'm going to check that out.
They got
It'd be a shame for that deck to rust out underneath there just because of that grass, you know.
they've got a little blowgun at Harbor Freight that has a really nice airstream out of it when you turn it and open it, and it will clean like you wouldn't believe grass and stuff out of a mower deck.
I used to have some ones at the shop there that I actually made. They were just regular air chucks. I took the tip of it off and brake line threads right into them.
Yep.
And I had one that was like 3.5 feet long. That sucker will come up and whack you in the face if you're not ready for it. But OSHA come through and seen them. I mean, I had like 4 or 5 of them laying around, and OSHA come through to do an inspection, not to fine us, just to say what we needed to change and update and everything like that. And that was one of their big things, that they were not OSHA approved air chucks. So we had to get. I still have one stashed in my bottom of my toolbox, but we had to get all OSHA approved air chucks. And I'm like, these things suck.
Some of the stuff I see on the internet with the construction and stuff people doing, and they're worried about your air chucks.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
Just for blowing stuff off, and they're worried about it.
Yep.
Yeah, they ain't got their priorities straight.
Well, they actually make long ones that are OSHA approved. And what it is if you put your finger over the tip, it's supposed to exit air out the side so it doesn't blow air under your skin, you know, or anything like that. But some of them suckers are so expensive. I mean, I spent like $18 a piece on these OSHA approved air chucks that have a number on them that, you know, if OSHA looks at them, it's an OSHA approved, you know, piece. And I had to buy them for all, I mean, not out of my budget, but for the whole physical plant. I think I had to buy 22 of them or something like that.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
It almost makes you want to order one, get the number off of it, and then get you a stamped die set, make your own, and just start stamping the numbers in.
Yeah.
Hey, it's got the number on it, boss.
Well, I told my boss I was keeping one, but I was burying it in the bottom of my toolbox. He's like, well, what do you want to keep one for? I said, because there's times that I need something to get down in to blow stuff off with a strong stream that these things do not do. Yep. He's like, hey, as long as it stays in the bottom of your toolbox and it's not out laying on your workbench or hanging on the wall, he goes, I know nothing about it.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yep.
It's crazy. If somebody's going to sit there, they do it to where it won't blow air under your skin and all. But if you're sitting there holding the end of it and hitting the trigger, you deserve to have air blown under your skin if you're that stupid to hold the end of an air gun and do that.
Well, the long one I had made up, like I said, it was about 3 feet long. It was for blowing off our mowers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this has been 4 years ago now. I watched a new guy. I told him, I said, you need to hang on to that thing. I said, it'll come up and whap you in the head. Oh, whatever. He was out there blowing, and he was bent over, and he stuck that sucker down in there, and it come flying back out and just about got him. He turned around to see if anybody's looking. I looked right at him and gave him the thumbs up. I'm like, yeah. He laughed. He laughed about that for a long time. He's like, yeah, you told me about that, but I didn't believe you. But he goes, you wouldn't think that little thing would be that strong. I'm like, yeah.
You choke that air down to go through one of them little small brake lines. That's a lot of air pressure to be pushing through there, and it's got some force.
Well, they were 1/4 inch air line or brake line coming out through there. But that long shaft, you know, and it had a little bit of a bend on the end of it. When you're not ready for it, I mean, and we got our air compressor set up to like 130 pounds or something like that coming out that line.
Oh wow.
So that's a lot of pressure coming out of there.
Oh yeah. That's crazy.
That's probably one of the reasons why my air hammer doesn't work anymore. It's not designed to take that much pressure.
Air hammers are what? Between 65 and 80 pounds of PSI of air.
Well, this one says 110 because it's a big industrial
Okay.
Cornwell one.
Yeah.
And it worked for a long time, but she struggles a little bit now when you go to turn her on. It just blows air through it. You got to shake it a few times to get it going, and it'll break some shit loose.
Send it and get overhauled, ain't it?
If I could get my Cornwell dealer to stop, I would. And I've even emailed corporate, and they said they would get somebody by, and they basically put it in a box and tell them I'm going to ship it back to them, and I want my money back.
I would.
You know, I'll order an Astro or one of them.
Hey,
How you
Captain.
doing?
How you doing? Yeah. You got your 110 air hammer right here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Wakey.
I know, right? I've been freaking napping.
Mm.
I was awake. I was doing things all day, and then I was just like,
Hey, Captain, I'm a napper, man. I am a napper. I come home from work. I'm taking a nap.
yeah,
1 hour.
It has to happen. Yeah.
That's
If
all
I
I
lay
need.
down and take an hour nap, that's just enough to piss me off and want to go back to sleep longer.
Sometimes.
Hey, Nate.
Yo.
You said you got to work that Friday, right?
Yeah.
What time you usually get off?
3:30.
3:30. Okay.
I get home at 4.
So let's see. So I
got my statement today that tells me how much time I got left. Like time off. And I burnt through a bunch of it with my wife's accident and surgery and all that.
I just need to know so I know what time to leave from here, so I can get there and don't have to sit around real long time before you get off work.
How long did it take you last time? But you won't be pulling the trailer.
Won't be pulling a trailer, so it'll take me about 4.5 hours to get there.
That's not bad.
It took me 5 hours pulling the trailer, but I was kind of had my foot in the gas tank.
Yeah.
That's why it dropped from 14.5 miles to a gallon to 11.
You'll get a lot better gas mileage too.
Oh yeah.
4.5 hours. So you leave it like 11 or 10 and get you some lunch or something, and you'll be there at 4.
Hell, leave it at 8 o'clock in the morning and stop by the beach.
This super thirsty.
Oh, I might check see if that dude on Craigslist has still got that go-kart down in Jacksonville.
What go-kart?
I found one in Jacksonville for like $100, and I found a set of racing rims and tires, brand new. The guy's asking one price, but I'm gonna see if he still got them when I start to come down.
That's a long ride from here now.
I go right through Jacksonville on my way to you.
I'm thinking Miami. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me.
Hey, Jessica.
I'm cut off.
But I figured if they still got that stuff, I'll swing through, and I definitely want the tires and rims if the guy still has them.
For how much?
It's 4 brand new tires and rims. I think he wanted $90 for it, but I'm gonna see if he'll take 75.
Huh. See, there's a track up that way too.
But if he'll take 75, I'll swing through there, pick them up on the way down.
Smells good, Crystal. What are you cooking?
But then there's a go-kart I was wanting to look at, but
On
I don't
live.
know if I want to blow the money on that go-kart or not. I think I'm going to build my own frame.
What about your yellow card?
Oh, I'm still going to build it, but I'm just, you know me, when if I find a good deal, I'm going to gather up parts for other builds.
Right.
I think I'm gonna have to
Four
build.
brand new tires and rims for $90, when the rims are usually $45 a piece.
I'm gonna have to build my own go kart because I'm not gonna be able to afford to go out and like just purchase one.
Yeah,
But
that's
I'll build
me.
it myself, and I have resolved to use whatever I find around me. So, my neighbor has an aluminum ladder and a shopping cart,
Oh Lord.
and
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm just joking around. I'm just joking around.
Hey,
Captain,
Captain,
I got a frame you can have if we can get it to you.
Captain. We can take your office chair, take the swivel and all off the bottom of it, mount it in a shopping cart, cut the bottom of the shopping cart where the wheels and all, cut that and lower the basket down to it, and put a 5-horse motor behind it or a Predator 212 behind it. We'll have you a go-kart with the office chair in it. We'll have you hooked up.
Hey,
Actually,
shopping.
I got something that he might actually can do. Do you have a fire extinguisher?
Yeah, there's one out in the hallway.
So get the fire extinguisher in the office chair. All right. Are you listening?
I don't have an office chair. This is actually a recliner. It just doesn't.
Oh, dang it.
Dang, I
Does
thought
it
it was
have
an office
wheels?
chair.
No, it just doesn't recline. That's all.
I thought it was an office chair. We was going to say, take that sucker outside, take the fire extinguisher and go rolling up and down the halls with it.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
I'm familiar with that trick. I haven't done it myself, but I'm familiar with it, yeah.
Farm Truck and Asian did it with nitrous bottles.
Hey guys, shopping carts are not for goat carts. They're for grills. They're for cooking.
Apparently,
That's
they're
done
for,
too.
apparently they're for pushing your friend into a curb into the bushes too.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I really don't understand that, but
What you say, Boneyard?
You remember the show Jackass, right?
yeah, that's where it's from, isn't it?
Okay. We did that stuff way before Jackass came out. When we were kids.
They got that from us.
When we were kids, like 11, 12 years old, we were doing that kind of stuff. And we didn't get millions of dollars for it. We got hundreds of stitches, but we didn't get millions of dollars.
They're also for pushing drunk frat girls home in.
Oh, geez.
Animal House.
Yep.
That was a good movie.
The unfortunate realities of life.
No, I actually seen where they took and put one of the big metal shopping carts, the longer ones, on an actual racing go-kart frame and all. And it looked pretty cool. And the motor was still mounted beside you and all. They just notched out a little bit of the side frame for the motor to fit.
I don't remember what show it was. It wasn't on YouTube. It was. I don't think it was, but there was a show where they took like a really cool go-kart parts and a shopping cart, and they made a go-kart out of the shopping cart. They were having troubles with the turning radius because it had a positive traction rear end. So they cut the axle back off, they sleeved it, and made it so it was a one-legger. And that solved the problem. And then it turned just fine.
Did you guys ever see the big monster shopping cart the guy has?
You talking about that big one that John Boy and Billy used to drive around? That had the 350 Chevrolet underneath it and all? They
I
kept
think
it
so.
to the races and all, and it was they drove it around that one NASCAR track.
Yeah, I don't know who had it, but I remember seeing videos of the thing driving down the road and stuff.
Yeah, the that John Boy and Billy, the John Boy and Billy Big Show that used to come on the radio all the time. They used to do go to NASCAR events and stuff like that, and they had that shopping cart built, and they drove it around different events and went to all kinds of little small stuff and used it for
This is
just
jacked up 4-wheel drive one.
no, it's 2-wheel drive.
Oh, okay. There's one I've seen. It was a jacked up 4-wheel drive one. It was ridiculous.
Well, the one I seen would carry like 6 or 8 people in it,
Oh yeah, easily.
so it was pretty big.
Oh, hi, Craig. Hi, Jimmy. Hey, bro. Yeah, sorry, guys. Sorry.
Don't. It's a little too early to be doing that, Captain. You gonna have me
Oh,
yawning?
the wake up
Hey,
yawns,
Kathy.
man. It's the wake up yawns. Come on.
Yeah, but you be putting me to sleep here. You keep doing
I'm
that.
sorry.
It's all good.
I tell you,
This has been a long day anyway. Went to bed. It was like what 4:30, almost 5 o'clock this morning.
it was at least 3:30.
Yeah, we got off of Hangouts at about 3:30 or a little after, and then it was probably about an hour or so about an hour after that before I really got to sleep good, and then was back up at 8:30.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing here.
And then been gone nonstop all day.
Yeah. I did this something similar. Something similar here. I've been doing this.
Oh.
See, Jay, you're gonna pass it around.
Huh?
You're gonna pass it around.
I've been making a diorama.
Ah, cool.
What's Nate showing us here?
They're glued in the bottom there so they don't fall out.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Well, that's the molds for the new. That's going to be that's the subjects for the new molds I'm making. It's just that I had to hot glue everything to the bottom so they wouldn't float, because wax will float in silicone.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense to you.
The buoyancy and all cause it to go to the top. Mess up a whole perfectly good mold.
Yeah, it's irritating. I found that out over a couple of years of trying to make these molds and stuff. That silicone will float wax. You gotta either super glue it or hot glue it, because I don't think Elmer's glue will suffice.
How will it do the?
Is water soluble.
You're making wax forms, right? And then putting silicone around it and melting the wax out of it?
No.
Or peeling it off the wax?
No. What I'm doing is I'm making these. I have these plastic skulls or resin skulls, whatever, that I'm molding that are flat on the back so I can have skull faces. And I'm just going to glue them to the bottom of the box, and then I'm going to pour silicone around it. And then
for doing sheets of skulls.
I can have blocks that I could pour resin or wax or plaster or polyurethane or whatever into, and then it'll harden, and I can just
pop them out.
Pop it out real quick.
Like ice trays.
Easy sleazy. There you go.
Yeah, kind of like ice trays. Just pour it all in, let it harden, and
Yeah, very similar to an ice
Twist,
cream.
twist, pop out.
Yep. No doubt.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yep. Very, very simple operation instead of because the whole skulls. A lot of people like them. Yeah, and I've got some of them already. Yep, but I don't have a lot of like skull. I have some, but I want more. So I'm making my own instead of going out and buying them.
Well, Cap, here I want to show you what I was talking about with that one. This big skull here. You see this one? I want that bigger skull, but I want it where you see the eyes, part of the nose, like that.
I know what you meant. Yep. I did.
That's the shape I'm wanting for just one, because.
Yep, I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
I'm going to be making another mold of that size, and eventually I'm going to be making another mold of the whole grapefruit size one.
Uh-huh.
I want to make a couple of modifications to it, but I'm going to do that eventually. I have to take that grapefruit and slim it down a little bit.
The mold that you already got for that bigger grapefruit one, couldn't you just take it and put something under it to hold it in the shape, the angle you need, and pour some in it?
No, yes, that's perfectly fine. Not a problem.
Because I like that mold you already got.
I know. I'm aware.
So. But you can do whatever color, blue, black, red.
Hot
it don't
pink.
matter.
Hot pink.
Hell no. No hot pink.
No, I'm saving. I'm saving the freaking the hot pink for you, bud.
Jay.
Yeah.
I just went inside to get the house, or to get a beer, and my wife said, "Is Jay gonna bring more deer meat?" And then the daughter's like, "Yes, I bring more deer meat."
Yeah.
I'm bringing my 50-quart cooler, and I will bring. You just got to have room in the freezer. I'll probably bring. Last time I brought what? 2 packs of sausage, 2 pack of burger, and that 1 meatloaf, right?
I freaking love that sausage, man.
How about this? I'll bring. I still got over 100 pounds in the freezer.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah,
don't bring that much.
No, I had when I had the deer meat done and all, I ended up with 129 pounds of sausage all at one time.
Phew.
Yeah. But I'll bring this time. I'll bring. If you got enough room, I'll bring at least 8 packs of that deer sausage. How's that?
You don't have to bring all deer sausage. I want to take all your stuff.
Dude, that's all I got is 100 and something pounds of deer sausage.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah, I'll bring you at least 8 packs. How's that sound?
I'll die if I eat that like constantly, right?
Nope. Deer meat is more healthy for you than anything you can buy at the store.
Probably.
Is that bulk sausage or like links?
Just bulk sausage. I didn't have them do it in links this time.
Okay.
I had it so you can cook it and make sausage gravy or patties out of it, or if you want to make stew, like beef vegetable soup or whatever, using deer sausage, which is awesome.
We can make like, out of that one thing. We'll make a whole bunch of those patties, and then we'll eat them for breakfast that morning, and then I could eat them for breakfast for like 3 days, and you could eat them cold. They're so good you could still eat it perfectly seasoned.
Yep.
Well, I was gonna say if they were in casings, you could almost do a low country boil.
I actually take the ground sausage and make patties about a little bit bigger around than what a Coke can is, and about 3/4 of an inch thick, and cook them on the smoker.
That would be good.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you guys checked out mixed mowers?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I like that guy's videos, man. I ain't gonna lie. He's really calming to watch. You know what I mean?
He does a great job.
Yeah, he does. I really like his stuff.
Mick, if there was some way I could send you some of this deer sausage, man, I'd do it. But I don't know of any way of sending it to you and getting it to you and it stayed frozen the whole way over.
Well,
The
there's
only way you can do it would be to priority ship it in dry ice.
Yeah.
But Mick is pretty active in the Small Engine Nation hangout. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a stellar guy.
Very good guy. Like him a lot.
Now I got some styrofoam containers that they ship medicine in to the doctor's office and all, and it's like almost a foot thick all the way around on that thing in a real tight lid. You could put some in there probably with some dry ice and put that lid on it and tape it up, seal it, and ship it that away. But it'd be a huge box to go across.
Yeah, but market live animals though, so it like gets
you don't
there.
have to do any of that. All you got
Market human heart.
go to the USPS site or call their phone number and ask them, how can I ship some food? How can I ship some food and have it be as delicious then as it is now when it arrives? Ask them. They'll tell you. They want your business. They don't want you to be like, oh yeah, this is great, and then freaking have it fail and suck and like, oh, they don't want you to do that because they want your business.
Yeah.
So ask them. They'll tell you. They'll tell you exactly what you need to do. And if you follow their recommendations instead of coming up with some, with something in your own head, it'll probably work better.
He's right. You're right, though.
I'm just saying.
Captain's probably mailed a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
The man, like a lot of people, they say, "Oh yeah, the snail mail is terrible." This and that.
Yeah,
You want your package to get there. Pay attention, and freaking do what you need to do to go and get it there.
Yeah.
If you know that your mail system, your post office is rough on packages, then you make sure that people's that ship you stuff will ship it in a Tonka Tough, like bulletproof package or some damn thing, or get a P.O. box at another post office. Problem solved.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like what Jimmy said, vacuum seal it, but the way they package it where I have the meat done at, they put it in a plastic bag and they squeeze all the air out of it and seal it at the top. It's not vacuum sealed, but it don't get no air into it until you cut the bag open.
Well,
and then they wrap it in wax paper twice, so
if you're gonna,
it holds up good.
If you're gonna ship perishables, you need to freaking get it there as quickly as possible, and that's gonna cost you.
Yeah, any way of doing that's gonna be
It's gonna be like $100 or more.
Well, it's about like they used to say when you were gonna. I used to watch these fishing shows and all. And they're talking about mail us your catch and we'll taxidermy it for you. Said put it in the freezer, freeze it solid, wrap it in at least an inch thick of newspaper, put it in a box, seal it, and send it to us. I was like, because that newspaper is real good insulation.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's many layers. So,
yeah.
Even though they're thin, it's still layer.
Yep.
A lot of people like to do plastic wrap for layers. I'm a little skeptical, but no, some people think it works better. So whatever. I'm not gonna turn my nose up at it, but I will caution you on this though. This is a perishable food item.
Oh yeah, I know.
I don't want to see a broken heart,
Yeah. I know one thing I am going to do before I go down though is I'm going to have to take some meat out the freezer a few days early so it can be thawing out. So when I get down there'll be some already thawed to cook, and the rest of it get put in the freezer.
Let me tell you guys, Jay knows how to cook, boy. He comes show me and Christine up. we don't cook much.
I love to cook.
You have children, of course you don't cook.
We have one kid. The one kid we got cooks more than we do.
She found out I was cooking sausage that morning. Her and her friend ate breakfast there, and then went back to her friend's house and ate breakfast again. She's like, I had to try it. Then she didn't want to. She's like, "You got more of that?" Dadgum, I've created another monster with deer sausage. Which is good though. Oh, I love it better than any other kind of sausage.
Yep. It's excellent.
Well, I'm gonna go in the house, guys. I want to spend a little bit of time with the family before my daughter goes to bed. And I'm
Yeah,
out.
it ain't gonna be
I'm out
much
at 9
longer. I'm gonna
o'clock.
get off here too.
Take care, Nate. Tell the family we said hello.
Hey Nate,
Huh?
you want me to bring my smoker down to cook on while we're down there?
Smoker.
Yeah, and my pecan wood.
You do what you want to do, Jay.
If I got room, I'll load the smoker up with some pecan and all and bring it down there along with the fat cycle.
You do what you gotta do. Just bring that cycle.
Oh, the cycle's definitely gonna be going down.
Nate said you may not come home with it.
Oh, it'll be loaded back up coming back home with me.
I'll trade you the tractor for it. You wouldn't do it?
Nope.
No?
The tractor wouldn't even put a dent in what it would cost to get that fat cycle from me.
You hurt my feelings.
But I can build you a frame and all, and we can build you one to fit you.
I would like one. Those things are awesome, but I gotta finish what I got here now.
Yeah. But would you want it with a 45 degree neck or a 30 degree neck?
I have no clue. Probably 30.
Yeah, that 45 does get a little squirrely, don't it?
Yeah, I want more of a Sportster.
Yeah. But
all right. We'll talk to y'all later.
All right, Nate. Have a good one.
Later, Jay. Ed.
Good night, Nate.
Captain. Craig.
Take care, Nate. Tell the family we said hello.
Craig, do you see that Boneyard was wanting the invite to the smallenginenation hangout box?
I thought we had Boneyard in there.
I did too. Let me double check, but I thought he was in that one. Also, it says we got. Scrolling through.
Doug would like a link to the Hangouts or the chat too, if somebody can send him one.
We ain't gonna be on much longer because I still got a bunch of stuff around the house I got to do that I wasn't able to get done today. So we probably ain't gonna be on here probably maybe 5 more minutes.
Hey, Boneyard, can you drop your email link in the chat, and then I'll add you to that hangout, brother.
I thought we had him in there though. Daggum, we don't.
He may have closed it out.
Sorry about that, Boneyard, but I thought we had you. But
take care, Mick. We'll see you later, brother.
Have a good one, Mick.
I did that too once. I left the small engine chat and couldn't get back in. Somebody had to send me a link.
I thought I had Boneyard on my contacts on Google Hangouts, but I don't see him on there now. Dadgum. Google's gone crazy here lately.
Yep.
A lot of people I had on my contacts on Hangouts is not there no more. I've yet to figure out why.
Scroll down.
No, I'm talking about. I checked my actual contacts. I got people saved in my contacts, and I had a bunch on there. Now I don't think there ain't but 6 left in my contacts for some reason.
Oh, you mean Google?
Yeah, Google Hangouts.
Yeah, your contacts was part of your Google Plus. So
Google Plus is gone.
Yeah, but just aggravating me when I had people saved in my contacts and now they're no longer there. Oh well. All right, let's get chat back up. See what I'm missing.
Yep, Google does to us again. They change everything, and Well, we didn't give you the feedback to change things like that.
Boneyard shared his link there.
So I'm wondering, who
I
the
got
hell are they asking to change things? Like, or who are they asking for feedback, and then they change it, and it's dumber than it was before. Who the hell are they asking for this kind of input? Whose opinion are they looking for? It's certainly not mine. And I know that y'all gentlemen and ladies out there watching this feed right now are not asking Google to do stupid things like they've been doing. You couldn't possibly be telling them that kind of stuff.
Oh, looky. We got a truck driver in the house.
Now you got a part-time mechanic in the house right now.
What's going on, Twisted?
Hi, Twisted.
brother.
Do you have crap stuck in your microphone?
Huh?
'Cause I can't hear you.
You're a little muffled for some reason, Stacy.
Well, shit.
Hey, Stacy.
What's up?
Have you got a weak connection? You got weak signal where you're at, Stacy?
Yeah.
That's it then. If you got a weak signal, then it's gonna sound muffled.
Well, I had my phone. That's why I had nobody seen me.
So what's been going on, brother?
Back and forth to the doctor, back and forth to the truck shop.
They still ain't got that shaker fixed?
I think it's fixed now.
Did they go all the way back through and get all the lines hooked up like they're supposed to be and all?
Yeah, I think so. Hey, let me run to the truck, get my headset. Maybe that'll help.
Okay.
Crystal had to make chicken soup today.
It's good for the soul.
She doesn't feel good.
Uh-oh.
She's
still having problems?
She got the chills. She got the sweats. She got a little bit of a sore throat and a cough. She's got a cold. It's not a real bad one. She just doesn't feel well. That's all.
Have a good one, Boneyard.
She wanted me to make soup, and I fell asleep. So she made it.
Oh, that's just wrong. Hey, Jessica, I'll talk with you later tonight or tomorrow, and I'll show you how to do hangouts and all, how to get on here and all that kind of good stuff. You can do it straight from your phone, or you can do it off the computer.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Sounds good. Take care, Doug.
Have a good one, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Crystal, we hope you get to feeling better.
Thanks.
Feel better, Crystal.
Thanks.
She's gonna eat her soup,
Hi, Crystal. Eat some
and then
soup
she might
with
go
me.
take a nap. That's Stacy saying hi.
Bye.
So what you working on in the shop today, Stacy?
Well, let's
You
see.
working on your welding cart again?
No. See if I can turn the camera around here.
Fixture table?
But y'all are sitting on it. What? There's a welding cart.
Hang on, let me present you. I try to present to everyone. There we go.
There's a welding cart.
Heck yeah.
It's got both bottles on the back.
Nice.
Argon NC25. Set with antifreeze jugs in it. Hanging on the wall. Built that shelving thing next to it.
I'll take the thing with the wheels and the blue flame job sitting on the table. I'll take all that just like it sits.
Yeah, I bet you would.
I
Built
just
that
I
metal
want
rack over there.
I want the fix
Heck
I
yeah.
want the fixture table.
Oh, that fixture table's nice.
I built that metal rack over there and have managed to destroy my shop.
Lord have mercy.
there,
Hey,
there's
Lou
shit
Lid.
everywhere.
How you
Whoa,
doing?
how you
There's
doing?
one of the racing carts over there.
Heck yeah. I see the Cub Cadet sitting right beside it too.
That Cub Cadet don't get very far from me. I mean,
Well,
anyway, I got y'all sitting up on y'all are on the fixture table now.
I wish as soon as I get my shop built, I want to have to build me a fixture table.
The only mistake that I made with this fixture table is I used 1/4 inch plate. And when I welded it all together, it bowed in the middle.
So I need to get at least a 1/2 inch thick plate to build mine with, right?
Yeah, mine's
Can't.
fine. Mine's fine the way it is because I don't do anything. You know, if I'm doing something big enough that little bitty bow is, I've got
Yeah.
I
Oh,
had to put
Lord.
the phone. I had to put the phone picture in the picture table. I even have a picture for my phone, believe it or not.
Lord have mercy.
Let's see. I done a little bit on the tool cart. Trying to organize.
How many set of wheels you
some
got
shit.
under that tool cart to be able to handle the weight?
6, I think.
It's got 2 pneumatic. I think they're on 4-inch wheels. Anyway, they're dolly tires.
Uh-huh.
There's 2 of those. 2 5-inch steel wheels beside those, and 2 4-inch swivel casters on the other end.
Is that going to hold it, or are you going to have to take those off and get bigger wheels to go on it to handle it?
Oh, it's fine. Hang on, I'll spin you around. Oh, shit. Come on now. There we go. See how the bottom of it's done?
Yeah.
That way it'll track through the dirt or on concrete. It's got the rubber tires are on the inside, the metal wheels are on the outside.
That's a lot of weight on that cart, though. There's a lot of tools in them boxes.
I think it's that red box. I'm fixing to put another one on the other end.
Oh, man. You going to put your handle off of one end to where you can pull it or push it?
He's got a handle on it.
It's got a handle on it right now, but I'm going to take it off and put a trailer hitch on it.
Pull it with the Cub?
Yeah.
You just could have put a globe on there and driving it around.
I thought about putting it on a lawnmower frame with an engine on it so I could fire it up and drive it around in the garage.
Hey, around here there was a guy that was selling a toolbox that was made like that. It was made out of an old riding mower, had a seat on the back end, steering on the front, and you could start it up and drive it around.
Yeah.
The next time we see Stacy, he'll be making a tool buggy.
Well, I got several projects ahead of that, but that's on the list.
I got about 5 things on my project list, and I had to every now and then put the blinders back on. Up, quit veering off. Stay in your lane. Get this project completed. Get it done, and then set it to the side and pull your other one in line into the next slot. Work on it till it's done. Just jumping around will get you nowhere.
You remember?
How you doing?
Y'all remember Friday night when I was trying to do the live stream and everything shut down on me?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
the circuit, the Wi-Fi circuit board in my phone and in my iPad burn up at the same time.
Oh, ouch.
Matt's asking if you got any mail lately.
I did. Thank you. I got it. I got an envelope from Trac if he's in here.
That's more than a coincidence. Those are two Apple products that burnt up on you at the same time.
And the circuit board in my computer. All three of them at the same time.
That is weird.
That's more than that's not just coincidence, buddy. Somebody's got it out for you.
The gremlin's working on you hard.
It's not a virus.
It wasn't an Apple computer, was it?
No.
No.
There you go.
PC.
So you got Apple, devices and things, and then you got a PC on your desk, and they all burn out at the same time. Yeah, I if it smells like bullshit, it usually is.
Well, I took the computer to the place where I bought it, and they changed that circuit board. Apple. We went to the Apple store, and Apple is replacing my iPad Pro, and I'm just gonna have to wait on the phone. So.
What you say, Matt?
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
I ain't got no chat, so. Is that corn dog? I mean, Matt, shit. El Camino?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Oh.
He can come back up here if he wants to. Come back in.
Tell him I said, thank you, I love you, brother.
He says he's trying to upload a video. That's why he got out of Hangouts. I guess we can keep this going for a little bit longer.
Well, I filmed 2 different videos this week before I found out what was wrong with my phone, and I lost both of them when they put the board in it. So
Ouch.
I got to go back to them and
I wonder if that's part of what happened when you filmed that thing when you got my sticker and all in, and you bumped the phone and it lost everything.
No, they're saying that I got involved in some kind of atmospheric positive charge. Remember, it was raining that night. It was lightning storm and shit.
Yeah.
And they're saying something.
Of a plasma storm. Seriously.
They're saying something to do with it, with a freaking lightning storm had something to do with it.
Yeah, a plasma storm. Come on.
Stacy, Matt says he loves you too.
I got it early this morning.
Hey, Stacy, I'll tell you, I remain skeptical. That's all. That's all.
Well, I do too, but I mean, I'm not smart enough with computer stuff to be able to argue with them. You know?
Yeah, you're too smart to fall for it. That's the point.
That's when you just sit back, tell them, say, "Well, I got the warrant, I got the insurance and all on it. Fix this thing, and let's go on about our business."
Yeah, everything's covered. I just got to wait a little while on the phone because they don't have the phone that I want. But beside the point, I mean, everything's covered under warranty.
Yeah.
Or insurance. So, you know. It's still a pain in the ass and it's bullshit, but
yeah. Did you have a chance to watch the video I dropped the other day, Stacy, about doing the brake on the fat cycle?
No, sir. I've been going back and forth to the doctor and to the truck shop. And
well, I actually recorded it with my new 8-man action cam and used my movie studio editing program.
How's the audio quality?
Good. It sounded good.
I actually adjusted the sound down some because it was so loud.
Okay.
With the grinding and different stuff like that, I actually, with my editing program, turned the volume down a little bit so it wasn't overpowering.
How much are those little the little SD cards for the camera? How much are they?
I bought three of them 64 gig cards off of Amazon for $20.
Well, I'll have to get mine at Walmart or some shit like that.
They got a 10-pack too, don't they, Jay?
They had a 10-pack and it was $49.99 for a 10-pack of the 64 gig.
I don't know what
Oh.
size to get. I don't know how many gigawatts to get or nothing. You know.
Most time, the ones that I ordered, which is the class 10 64 gig, that works for anything you're gonna do it for.
And that's FBI, CIA, and IRS approved, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
But I've recorded. I run the battery completely dead recording with it, and I think I've got a total of about 14 gigs worth of video on there.
Huh.
But I was recording that one of the high ratings on it.
Honey, can you take it back outside?
Oh, y'all remember me telling you every time I come home, there's something new at my shop, right?
Yeah, somebody leaving something for you at the shop.
Did I show you all the go-karts and shit?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
showed us the racing carts,
Okay.
2 of them, yeah.
or
There-
two
well,
of them.
There's 4 of them all together. I got to go get the other 2.
Uh huh.
Plus the tires and wheels, and there's several engines and shit.
Yeah.
But check this out. I just found this today. It was in
Hang
the
on, let me
shop underneath
present
the
you.
towel.
Okay. I see a foot.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 5-gallon bucket
Full of tools.
full of Snap-on, Matco, Mac, Craftsman,
Really?
Wow.
Duralast,
Patty.
and you look at that bucket.
That's one of the 5-gallon
That son
tall
of a bitch is full.
buckets.
That son of a bitch is full.
So is that a
Wow.
6-gallon then?
Hey, Stacy, take that right on down to Nate. He needs a couple tools.
Hey, I promise you, I can hook him up. That's not all of it. There was another bucket. All of those antifreeze jugs over there. I have the side cut out of them on the top, and they're all full. That's shit I've already sorted.
Man, I
Oh,
wish I
man.
had a reason to need tools.
One of these days.
Working
One of
on
these
it,
days,
I have tools.
Plus, I've got that red box. There's a little blue box over there behind the saw.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's that box and that box.
Yeah.
Where's my other box at?
That's awesome, low lid. I'm glad
There's
the
my
Chromebook's
five-
for you.
There's my 5-drawer cart,
Dad gum.
and I've got a 54 and a 64-inch top, bottom, and side lockers over another shop.
Dad gum, Stacy. Yeah, you got just a few tools.
And they keep bringing the shit.
Hey,
Hey.
just get a big wood box. The stuff that you don't need, just start stacking it in there. And when it gets full, let me know. I'll drive all the way out to Texas, load it in the back of my truck, and drive back to my shop here in Georgia.
What? All the shit that I wanted to give away, you would have to have a truck with a 53-foot flatbed with 8-foot drop tarps on it to cover it all up, and then you'd have to make 2 trips.
How much did you charge to bring it here on your truck?
I was just gonna say the next time you come up to Hubbard, remember, I'm real close.
Load the flatbed down and tell them you're gonna bob or deadhead up to where you pick up at, and just bring us the stuff, drop it off, go on to get your load, and do what you got.
His name is Stacy, not Santa.
If y'all will send me a list of stuff that y'all need, I have probably got it here.
A mill, a lathe,
Surface grinder.
Hey, Stacy, I got
TIG
something.
welder.
I just thought of something that you can supply.
Plasma cutter.
I would love to have, and that's a handshake.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get through Connecticut. I was looking at loads this morning coming that way. But I got a load. I'm going to Las Vegas of all places.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever sacrifice any part of your life to come up to this freaking armpit. Don't do it. I'll get over there eventually. I'll get over there eventually. I'll eventually come through there.
Hey, Captain.
I had a load going to northern Michigan. It was a 2-stop, actually 3 stops. One drop was in northern Michigan. One was in Toledo, Ohio, and the other one was in Boston. And I booked it. I was gonna go. I was gonna do it, and then I was gonna leave in the morning, and they called about 30 minutes ago and canceled the load. So I took the other one.
Have a good night there, Matt Peepers.
Good night, guys.
Doug says he needs a hood for a Craftsman AYP.
What's it look like?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute y'all for a minute. I'm gonna drive down to the boneyard.
I think it might look like a Craftsman AYP. I'm not sure.
Well, I got an old Craftsman sitting there beside the garage. I'm getting ready to take to the scrapyard.
I want an old Sears Commander or one like Nate Scott or something like that.
Oh, this is a newer one.
Yeah, I want an older one. The old square style.
Uh-oh. Stacy's getting on the cub to go to the boneyard.
Yep.
I've got a couple of the Sears MTD style mowers, but the hoods broke on them. They get those plastic hinges.
Well, mine, that one I got up there, it says Mastercraft on it, but it's actually a Craftsman mower. And it's got the metal hood, but the front grill shell thing is plastic.
That's the way mine are. And
And I'm like, oh, God, I hate that crap. So I'm probably going to end up forming and making my own metal nose piece to go on it. I don't want none of that plastic stuff. It breaks too daggum easy.
my Murrays are the same way. Both of my big Murrays don't have the hoods on them because the hinges broke. You know, the wind catches it just right, it'll rip the hood right off of them things.
Yeah.
I got junk, guys. I hauled that trailer in day before yesterday.
Is that an old rock hauler trailer?
That's an end dump. All right, Dougie. All right, that ain't good. Hope I didn't just run out of gas again.
He says it's the green one's what he's saying.
Turn the gas on, stupid.
Oh, you forgot to turn the gas on before you started the truck?
Jimmy, I forgot you were up in New Hampshire there. You're like a few hours up the road from me.
New Hampshire.
New hamster? What happened to the old hamster?
I don't know.
Ask Richard Gere. I mean, I don't know.
What's that yellow one, Stacy? Off to your right.
That's a little cub.
Mm-hmm. You got any of the old Sears square body?
Like that one right there?
Like what Nate's got or something similar?
Hang on.
Put them in present mode, Jay.
All right.
Old Hampshire is in New England. Is in England. You're right.
Like that one right there?
Yeah, something like that. I'd like to get one like that and do some work on one.
Is Doug still in there? I asked him if this is what he's looking for.
Doug, is that what you're looking for?
Looks like it.
There's a
I got
few.
you.
LP hood.
Is that the GT 2000?
There's some
3,000.
green ones.
Oh,
there.
3000?
Yeah.
Jeepers.
He just said the Craftsman AYP, and he says the green one. So I'm guessing that might be some.
Green.
Yeah.
He's saying yes.
He said, "Yeah, that's what he's needing." Yeah, that's what he's needing. The hood off of one of them 3000s.
Let me see. Doug, measure from the back of the headlight bezel to the furthest point of the hood by the steering wheel. Let me know what that measurement is, because they're different sizes.
Take care, Jessica.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one, Jessica.
Hey, Jessica.
I'll holler at you later on Blizzard chat, Jessica.
Check this one out, Jay.
Oh, John Deere. I'll take that.
That's an old one. Got the mower deck still on it.
I ain't worried about the mower deck.
There's my golf cart that's gonna get the 690 in it.
Heck yeah.
This is just one boneyard. I got another one back in the back.
Doug's saying it's a LP 1000, Stacy.
LT 1000?
Yeah, it's the 1,000, not the 3,000.
Yeah, 3000 hood won't work on it then. But it's longer. Yeah, I had another one over here.
There's a fun ride.
That Nissan looked like it went through a.
It's hard. There's another, there's old Scots.
That had the metal grill. The front grill thing was metal on the Scots, wasn't it, or was it plastic too?
Shit, I gotta turn around anyway. I think it's all plastic, Jay.
Gosh, I hate them plastic ones.
Yeah, half of the hood thing is gone off that one. That thing's junk. Let's see. There's a little Toyota pickup I'm gonna fix.
What about that white car right there? What's that?
That's a little.
No.
No, the little Chevy Love right there.
Is that a Chevy Love?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here! Oh, I love that thing.
We was just talking about them earlier.
Yes, we were.
Man, oh man.
A buddy of mine had one of those. He had a 383 stroker in it, and that sucker would fly. Scary fast.
Well, it's essentially a go-kart.
Pretty much, it's an oversized golf cart. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing smaller than a Chevy Love is a Volkswagen pickup.
Caddy? The
I know
Volkswagen Caddy?
That old Volkswagen's in pretty good shape.
No. We're talking about the Volkswagen Caddy. That's what it was called. It's like a Subaru Brat almost.
Yeah,
Or Dodge Rampage. It's essentially the same thing as a Chevy Love, or any of them little tiny things.
Going to the other boneyard, Stacy?
One of those Datsun,
Yeah,
one of those Datsun 50s from way back.
No, it's too wet. It's too wet. I ain't getting stuck.
Like
was the ground already starting to go squish under your tires?
Sounds like you need a bigger tractor.
Oh, heck, just go get the F450 and drive up in there. Might cut a few ruts, but it'll be fun.
There's a restaurant. Or the back of it.
I don't think Mama will let him take the F450 back there.
Mama ain't got no choice. It's my truck.
As long as he has the keys for it, it says.
She'll tell you that's my truck. When I'm here.
It might be your truck when you there. But whenever her and Toot need to go to the store and get something, she'd be like, my truck. She just uses you for the chauffeur.
Y'all look at this son of a bitch here.
Ouch. That truck went through heck.
Knock both the doors off of it.
Got one question. Does that got the V6 with the twin turbo, or is that a V8 truck?
That's an EcoBoost truck.
That's a V6 with a twin turbo?
Yeah.
What you want for the motor, transmission, turbos, the whole everything?
I'm waiting on the insurance company to settle on it. I don't know if I'm going to get to keep it or not.
Ugh, I
That little,
want.
little Dodge Dakota's mine. The Jeep is mine. I gotta check the paperwork on that one.
I'd love to have that EcoBoost V6 to go down to my 54 F100. That would be mean. Because that truck I got is lightweight.
There's one of the records. There's my baby.
Yep. Few little trailers there. And then back into the Cub Cadet sleeping quarters.
Squeeze me.
Heck yeah.
That's the 5 acres we have cleared.
Yeah, low lid. I've been wanting one of them EcoBoost V6s, but good God, you can't find them around here. When you do, for just the motor and the turbos, without the computer or anything else around here, they're wanting like $5,500, $6,000 for the motor. I'm like,
The problem with the reason nobody's doing EcoBoost swaps is because of the computer system.
but see,
It's
I
gotta-
pulled a wiring harness and everything out of that truck and put every bit of it in that 54.
I wouldn't mind spending some time in hot rod shop or in low lid shop.
I know, right?
Oh yeah.
That 50 Merc could be awesome to see in person. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that Merc is beautiful.
All right, guys. I'm gonna get off here and go to bed. Great chatting with y'all, and we'll catch you tomorrow night.
Yeah.
All right,
dude.
have a good one, Puller.
I'd have took y'all back to the toy box, but it was too fucking wet.
Yeah.
I can get around there by the road, but it's about 2 miles around there, but I can cut through the woods and it's only about 300 yards.
Yeah, there ain't no sense going through there and tearing up the road or tearing up the mower or both. Which
That's what it is. That's what it is. I knew it. I knew
What?
it.
What?
Chevy Love is the same thing as an Isuzu Pup.
Yep.
I knew it. I had to look it up because
The Chevy Love and the Zuzu were the same, and then the Ford Courier and was it the Mazda was the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mazda. Yeah. So
Mazda, was it B7000 or some shit like that?
No, it was B2000.
yeah, or B2200.
Yeah.
My
The
friend
2200 had the bigger motor, but it was the same body.
it had an extended cab.
Was the 2200? Yeah, it was the extended cab on the 2200, wasn't it?
My friend had one. It wasn't a bad little truck, but it had a hole in the gas tank, and it could only
Well, for
hold the
a
whole
few
quarter
years, Chevrolet made the Chevy Love and the S10,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they only made the 2 of them for a couple years, and then they dropped the Chevy Love.
Yeah. But a lot of
Chevy
people
Love-
stick
the
with
Chevy Love was a better
because they're so
truck.
lightweight. They're so lightweight now. They make good drag trucks.
Well, the Chevy Love was a better truck.
Yeah.
They made the first Love from 72 to 80. They made the second gen from 80 to 88. The third gen was 88 to 05.
On the
And
S10?
Chevy Love. And the fourth generation of the Chevy Love was the D-Max, and that was from 2005 to 2012.
I don't remember them making a Chevy Love since 80.
2000. Yeah.
North American sales ended with the release of the 1982 model year Chevy S10 in 81. The 82 model year was the only year the 2.2-liter diesel engine was offered in the United States. But they still made Chevy Love elsewhere in the world.
Yeah.
They just didn't make it for
Here.
the American market.
I think they still make Chevy Loves
Yes,
in different
probably.
different parts of the world.
Yeah.
You just can't get them here.
Just
Probably.
like the Ford Falcons, they kept making them, but they made them over in Australia and all the way up through the early 2000s, I think it is.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just like the The Commodore, that car that making tracks has got, all it is a Pontiac GTO with the steering wheel put on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. This was the last generation of them that ended in 2012. So
That's a fucking Colorado.
No, it's a Love.
it says Chevy Love D-Max.
Yeah, but it's basically a Colorado.
The Isuzu D-Max is what it was. What it's clone right
Oh,
there.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
This is just a rebadge.
That looks like a first gen Colorado to me.
There's the first.
That's the one I always remember.
There's a second.
Yeah.
This is the one I remember all the time.
I never remembered those.
I've seen something that looks like that, but I don't know if it was in America or
No, that's overseas.
That looks like an old Nissan.
But it says Love right onto it.
That looks like
Yeah.
a Zuzu grill in it, though, with just a Chevrolet bow tie on a Zuzu grill.
Yep.
That looks like a Colorado.
We get the last generation of Love there.
That one I have down there in the yard, it's a first gen. It looks like the first one.
Yeah.
Yep, right there.
That's the one I always remember.
I had a 4-wheel drive one like that with an extended cab. It was the 78 model.
Dadgum.
The bed rotted off of it, and I got irritated with it. And I think I gave it away.
Ah.
It's been years ago since I had that thing.
Dadgum. Oh yeah, it's a 9:15, y'all. I think I'm fixing to call it for tonight. I still got to go get me something to eat and all, and finish taking care of stuff around the house. I didn't even get home till 6:30 this afternoon. Then had to go live at 7. Oh, I was scrambling.
I'm going to the doctor in the morning, and I'm gonna try to get some of this internet shit working. So I may have to go on through Craig or David or something tomorrow night, but
we'll figure it out.
Just let us know what you need us to do, and we'll do it.
Yep.
But
nothing but a thing. Maybe a little chicken wing. I don't know.
That's right. But we appreciate all of y'all coming in and hanging out with us and all.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
And
bye, everybody.
We're gonna do Spexies tomorrow night. What, 9 o'clock Eastern? If you're able to get everything going.
8:30.
8:30 Central.
9:30 Eastern. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll be on Twisted R's tomorrow night, y'all. So y'all come on back and let's do it again.
Jimmy C's letting us know that he used to be like Harvey Spooner.
You used to have all kinds of stuff hoarded up. All right, y'all. Well, we're going to get out of here, and we're going to keep doing it Fat Man Fabulous, and we'll catch y'all tomorrow night on Twisted R. Y'all have a good one.